Peri, is your model frozen? You're right. But why? First topic, what were bad games that you liked as a kid? I had to come to terms with the fact that I think most of the games that I liked as a child were really bad. Did anyone else also play Duck Hunt? NES Duck Hunt, where you had the prop gun and then you shot it at your CRT TV. It was amazing. Maybe our TV wasn't good, but it was really bad. I tried to use it last time I visited my parents' place because they still have an old CRT and it doesn't track. I was trying to play it on my parents' TV and it was just not. I'm like, whoa, it has no idea what I'm doing. It could be that due to age, it's gotten worse. I was like unearthing a NES from decades past. It hadn't been touched. I adore Duck Hunt. It was so cool. But trying to play it again now, I was like, this doesn't feel like it works. All right, let's hear some of the bad games you guys were fond of.
Battle of Olympus. It was in English, so I didn't
Battle
understand
of
anything.
Olympus.
Going places was confusing. It was super hard. But at the same time, the music kept me playing.
Battle of Olympus. 1988 action role-playing game for the Nintendo Entertainment System, the NES. Holy moly. Certified millennial, please step forward. Please come forth. Thank you for bringing the retro into this stream. Publisher Imagineer. It's by the company that did Doom. Also, Hatsune Miku Fitness Boxing. Get you someone that can do both. Inside you, there are two wolves. I should strive to have the level of range that Imagineer has. An incredible lineup, yeah! But I think the point that you made about the music, it holds so true. I think oftentimes I remember the soundtrack better than I remember gameplay. I can recall the Space Cadet soundtrack.
Picked a cat, my beloved. I would just draw things back and forth with my brother on road trips.
PictoChat. Oh my god, PictoChat. Nintendo DS PictoChat, right? Holy moly. Yes. For anyone who didn't have a Nintendo DS, it was a free app that was just sending art to people. Or you could make flipboards, right? You could make one slide at a time animations and then they would play at a preset speed. That may have predated there being an online host page. You had to physically walk past the person to send it to them. But occasionally I remember going to anime conventions and receiving people's PictoChats and being like, whoa, people are so talented. Because I was previously only getting PictoChats from friends in my age group and we were sending like Pikachu drawings. But holy moly. Sending your sibling random drawn stuff over PictoChat was peak entertainment. Next.
I don't remember the
nostalgia game.
Cartoon Network games, but the Kim Possible one sounds familiar. I think there was a platformer one.
Yeah, wait, I think the Kim Possible game was a platformer? Kim Possible had a Game Boy and Nintendo DS game. She actually has like a whole game universe. I think it was possibly my first introduction to platformers. I should have realized at an early age that I was not built for platformers. That really foretold my Jump King. But maybe, possibly, if you ever see someone who's like really naturally good at like Hollow Knight or something, perhaps they were forged in the fire of the Kim Possible platformer.
Sonic Adventure isn't as good as we all remember it.
Sonic
I know it's
Adventure.
hard, but we have to accept it.
We have to accept it. No! Sonic is having a resurgence. What do you mean it's not as good as you remember? I will say Sonic had some of the best, most satisfying sound effects in their game. I can very vividly conjure the sound of collecting a ring. If you played it, I would immediately like have a Pavlovian response of like, oh, I got a point. I did good. Like, you could train me into doing anything by using those Sonic sound effects. Sonic might be having a resurgence, but that doesn't make most of the Sonic games suddenly good. On my next question. Have you ever made money off of games? I have two stories. One of them is not me, but the other one is. As a kid, I loved playing Neopets. I was able to get good enough at some of the Neopets games to have high scores. And the thing with high scores on Neopets is that you get a trophy on your account. There's like a subset of people out there who would be willing to pay for an account with trophies on it. And so elementary school Peri discovered a new source of cash. I was in like elementary school. The most money that I would have made off of one if I had done such a thing, was I made $80. That's insane money for like a 10-year-old. I have another story of a college classmate who I found out paid for their university tuition with Halo tournament money. And the really cool thing about that classmate was he never brought it up. He was apparently like on a semi-pro Halo team and never ever talked about it. I would assume people of that age would bring up because it's worth being proud of. And it's like cool for that age. It's extra cool for that age group. But we found out because one of his friends, like his friends were bragging for him. I mean, I would do that too because I think like I'm bragging for him right now. But he paid for all of his he like won a bunch of Halo tournaments and was like, I'm gonna use this to pay for college.
I once turned down money in exchange for throwing a game of Mario Party. That's the closest I got.
Wait, someone tried to pay you to throw Mario Party? How good are you at Mario Party for this to happen at all? Are you a gamer? Wait, there's multiple layers on this. First of all, you have to be good enough to be a threat. Second of all, it has to be like competitive enough for someone to want to win that badly. There's a lot of layers. What are some nostalgia games that you have returned to? I had a couple of you guys mention that you've gone back to RuneScape. I would say RuneScape has made a concerted effort to become something worth going back to, yeah? Old games that I have gone back to. On my Nintendo DS, I have been playing Pokemon Leaf Green again. Pokemon Leaf Green was the first main flagship Pokemon game that I owned. I played Pokemon Silver and I played Pokemon Yellow, but they were on like friends' accounts. Or not accounts. It was from a time before we had things such as accounts. The first one that was ever mine was Leaf Green. My first starter Pokemon ever was Blastoise that I named. I named it Kame X because that's the Japanese name for Blastoise. I was a weeb way back then. Isn't that horrific? In like the dawn of my memory, I've been a weeaboo. There's been like no point in my life where that statement has been untrue.
Secret of Evermore, my beloved.
Do I recognize that? Honestly, when I hear Secret of, my brain autofills mana. Those are classics. I think as we discuss this, it becomes increasingly clear that I have only played weeb games. Secret of Evermore. This is Secret of Evermore. Does that say 24 meg action? Are they advertising megabytes? 24 meg action? Maybe I should use that to advertise this stream. I have at least 24 megs on stream. Next one.
I once had my younger brother to try original Contra on NES. He rage quit after 10 minutes. Definitely holds up parent cool.
Original Contra. I know what Contra is. Contra is a 1987 run-and-gun game developed by Konami for arcade. Holy moly. Contra was so fun. I've seen Contra. I think I've seen my dad play Contra. I never played it myself though. That's where the Konami code originates. Oh, I didn't realize it was Contra. The original cheat code. Whoa. I didn't know it was from Contra. Today I learned. If you're not learning, you're dying. We're learning. It's also complete BS.